Great.
Cool. Yep.
Hello, class. Today, we'll be talking about Uta Hagen.
Uta Hagen.
Uta Hagen.
Uta Hagen.
Uta Hagen was born June 12th, 1919, and got in Germany. She emigrated with her family to New York in... Oh, I messed up. Can you start over?
No.
No.
Please?
I'll
Okay.
just do it like a beep.
She emigrated with her family to Wisconsin in 1924, where she was raised. Her father got a job at Cornell University. She took place in high school and went to college for a single semester.
She did. She did these things.
She did some of these things. Her first role was as Ophelia in Hamlet. Isn't that exciting, everyone?
It's a very interesting first role to have. It really got her off on the right foot.
Get thee to a nunnery.
And from there, she
Classic.
jumped to the leading female ingenue in The Seagull by Anton Chekhov. Inspirational.
What a good run.
What a
Later
good
that
run.
year, she married Jose Ferrer and had one child, Letitia, together before divorcing in 1948.
Do you know why they
Interesting-
divorced?
It was an
I
interesting
do.
story of why they divorced.
They actually got divorced because of an affair that she had.
With Paul Robeson.
He played Othello.
Round
And
circle.
they were in a production together
Oh,
in which he
wow.
played Othello, and it was a very steamy interracial relationship that happened under closed doors.
Speaking of the steamy interracial relationship, she was,
She was also-
blacklisted because of this relationship. What?
That was a great pun, and it should be noted.
It wasn't an intentional pun.
It should have been.
Back in the olden days, when everyone was afraid that everybody else was a communist,
In days.
the 50s, 60s, they thought that she was a communist, so they blacklisted her, basically banning her career in the film industry in Hollywood.
It really influenced the roles that she was able to play and her very limited Hollywood presence and experience, because she was not able to get a lot of the normal jobs that would have been available to an actress or actor of her esteem.
So she focused on New York theater,
Where she was not blacklisted.
True.
not blacklisted.
Good.
She was reported saying that her being blacklisted actually helped keep her pure throughout her experience. I don't know why.
But she did. She said it. So
She did
it
say
happened.
In 1962, she originated the role of Martha in the Broadway premiere of Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf. So now you have the answer to your question.
Didn't
Who's
she
Afraid of
win an
Virginia Woolf?
award for
Uta Hagen.
Who's
Uta
Afraid of
Hagen.
Virginia Woolf?
Did Edith Hagendas win any sort of award for this?
Yep.
2 Tony Awards.
Wow.
Not both of
Yes.
them from Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf.
Just,
No, just the
one.
one.
I believe
just the
in
one.
what year was that? 1999, in which 1951. Nope,
She won
1963.
63. The
She
point
won
is
the
she
Tony
won
Award.
awards because she is good.
Yes, she also won. She won
Good,
2 Tony Awards
good,
in total.
Oh wow.
Yes.
In
Hagen.
There's just so many of
1951,
them.
she won a Tony Award for actress.
Don't
in
forget-
the play The Country Girl, and
Don't
in
forget-
1963, she won it for Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf.
And don't forget,
Yes.
in 1999, she won a Tony for a Lifetime Achievement Award.
Oh, wow.
True.
Wow.
And in 2002, she was given the National Medal of Arts by none other than George Bush. Now, let's get some quotes. I'm reading from a very trusted source, Wikipedia. Once in a while, there's stuff that makes me say, that's what theater's about. It has to be a human event on the stage.
Yes.
Yes.
That doesn't happen very
What
often.
was that other quote?
Now, folks, Shall we discuss her contributions to the acting realm? Did she have sort of techniques or steps of some sort?
6 of them.
I'm
How
glad
many?
you asked.
6.
Oh,
6.
no.
But that's
Uta
far
Hagen.
too few. Acting is such a complicated art. How
You might
can
have heard of
limit
the
them down to
12-step
6?
program, but
12.
Uta Hagen's 6-step program works.
She
What
was
are
a
the 6
genius.
steps, folks?
Step 1. Who am I?
Aren't we all wondering?
A deep question.
An actor should ask themselves, what is my character's present state of being? How do I perceive myself? What am I wearing?
Oh.
Scandalous.
Question 2. What are the circumstances? What time is it? The year, the season, the day? At what time does my selected life
325.
begin?
Oh, thank you. You're welcome.
What surrounds me? Where am I? What's the landscape? The immediate landscape, the weather, the condition of the place, and the nature of the objects in it. And finally,
Yes.
what do I expect or plan to happen next or later on? Step 3. What are my relationships? How do I stand in relationship to the circumstances, the place, the objects, and the other people related to my circumstances?
DTR.
Yes.
Step 4. What do I want? What is my main objective?
You know, Chase, what is the objective?
What is it, Chase?
It's what you want. Like right now, I want a glass of milk.
You should
What
do
will I
one.
do to get that glass of milk? Let's hear about Josiah. Exactly. Continue with the steps, Josiah.
The next step, step 5, is what is my obstacle? What is my obstacle? What is in the way of what I want, and how do I overcome it? In Chase's case, he wants a glass of milk.
I
That's
do.
his objective.
Mhm.
His obstacle is that
I'm holding him down. He cannot get his milk.
And
Oh,
I'm
no.
working on a group project with some people that I actually care about. And it would be rude to go up and get a glass of milk.
See, his tactic is flattery. He thinks I'll let him go if he flatters us. I
Damn.
won't. He's not getting any of
Foiled
his
again.
milk.
Oh,
which
no.
brings us to step 6. What do I get? What do I what
6.
what do I get what I want?
Try that again.
Can I
Try
try
it
that
one more
again?
time.
What do I want to get when I do it?
Like a
What did I
tactic.
do to do what I
Well-
What do I do to get what I want?
My initial tactic was flattering. That inevitably failed. So now I will simply
Womp
wait.
womp.
Ah.
What about what are your
Wow.
actions?
My actions?
Yes.
Sit here, tap nervously.
Okay.
Say,
Ah,
hey,
perfect.
you know what time it is. The
Milk
inevitable
time.
heat death of the universe is upon us, children. Maha.
Oh,
Yes.
no.
And now it's time for a swipe transition. Hold on, let me try that again. Now it's time for a swipe transition so that we can talk about. And now it's time for a swipe transition so we can talk about Urda Dudin and her students.
Now, let's discuss Uta Hagen's students.
Matthew Broderick,
Sigourney Weaver.
Robert De Niro.
Al Pacino.
Gene Wildman Wilder.
Liza
Taught
Minnelli.
Judy Garland how to do a what type of
German
accent? A German
accent.
accent. There we go.
Because
Welcome to the land of Oz.
it's interesting, because although she was German, she was raised
In
Madison,
Wisconsin. Wow.
So she did not herself have a German accent, but she was familiar enough to teach it.
Home of the cheese.
Yes.
Yes. Wow. Amazing. Also, Amanda Peet was there in the list as well.
Correct, she was indeed.
That's
There's a big list.
Whoopi
of-
Goldberg.
Oh,
Oh,
Whoopi.
How did we
How
forget
could
Whoopi
we
Goldberg?
forget
How could we
Whoopi
forget
Goldberg?
her?
Whoopi Goldberg is an amazing actor. And how
Dress and
And
else
singer and
would she be able to get there if not for a day, gentlemen?
Edith
I don't
Hagenbach
know.
has trained many of famous actors and actresses along the years.
Such as Daniel DeWeldon, Tony Gold,
Faye Dunaway, Laura Asserman, Cameron Wilson Field, Hal Albert, Hal Holden, Teddy Dennis, Griffin Dunn, Jeffrey Esson, Barbara Belden, Tom Matthew Show, David Cameron, Constance Ford, Victor Garber, Lee Gardner, Lee Randall, Charles Wood, Eileen Haggard, William Haggard, William Higbee, Jana Hagen, Adam Jackson, Hardy Corman, Geraldine Page, Jason Roberts, Matthew Broderick, of course, Corey Parker. We already mentioned the illustrious Whoopi Goldberg, Jacqueline Lee, Amanda Peet, Kevin Burnett, Lindsay Cruz, Neva, Rochelle Oliver, and Christine Lee.
and many more.
Many more. She's also written 2 books to help educate other actors.
And a cookbook. That's right, a
Cookbook!
Which
A
can
book
be yours
to
today.
cook.
If you go on Amazon, it's $97.99 for hardcover.
hardcover.
Soft cover is $11.96.
Yeah, don't get the hardcover. It's
Too
not,
expensive.
It's not worth it.
No, yeah.
Well, maybe it is. I haven't actually bought it myself. Bougie white people laughter. The books that Uta Hagen wrote were some called Respect for Acting in 1973, A Challenge for the Actor 1991, and many others.
Many other.
Have we talked about transference yet?
You know what's interesting that
What
you bring this up?
is
Of
transference?
course. Now, originally, she coined the term substitution in one of her earlier books. But later, in A Challenge for an Actor, or whatever it is called, she renamed it Transference. Josiah, would you like to explain transference?
I think it's time for another swipe transition.
Too many bubbles. This is bad.
Fits like a glove.
It's the blooper noise.
Here's an interesting little tidbit. It seems that Uta Hagen had a very keen interest in players that she associated herself with in the production of Othello. Not only was her steamy lover the part of Othello, her then husband, Jose Ferrer,
Like the candy.
I think it was Ferrer. He played Iago.
Wow.
Isn't that crazy? Yeah, I
Crazy
didn't know
stuff.
that. I didn't know that.
This is great.
Amazing.
Now,
Thanks for that tip.
thank you for thanking me.
You're welcome.
So promiscuous.
Shall we continue our talk
What a
of
polite
transference?
Transference.
Yes,
of course.
Yes.
Transference is the process by which actors take pieces of their own lives to bring into the character. Now, she wanted to make certainly clear. What? I'm correct.
I'm
Yes,
just
yes.
I'm just
That this
confused
all
about your
happened in,
accent.
oh, it's just there.
Okay.
That this all happened in the rehearsal process, not the performance aspect. In the performance aspect, you should be in the scene, in the moment, and with your scene partner, connected,
No.
human to human.
Hey now, that sounds a little like Stanislavski, if you ask me.
Wow. Anyway, Uta Hagen does.
No, we can't just brush off like that. This is important. Uta Hagen continued the work of our illustrious Stanislavski.
Of course she did.
This is a very important tenement of the faith.
Ah, how could I have been so foolish?
Thank you.
She cheated on her husband with Paul Robertson.
Then he divorced her ass.
Fancy.
That was a bad word.
Her. I'm sorry, I shall never say it again.
It's uncomfortable.
She then went on to New York City.
The New York of cities.
She filmed a sort of master class for a
Wow.
lot of students and allowed herself to be videotaped. They
Yes.
released
Yes, yes,
a video entitled Uta Hagen's Acting Class, a two-part set that captures her master classes.
That's wonderful.
I want to watch that.
Yes.
I would like to watch
this
this.
video has been thoroughly studied and gone over by numerous professionals, and many of her techniques are now taught in classes today. In fact, most, if not all of her techniques are taught in classes everywhere today.
Wow.
Very influential, very earth-shattering. Yes.
Now, unfortunately, Edith Hagendas wouldn't go on to live forever as we had expected. So she died of a heart attack January 14th, 2004.
RIP. Now, Unanate Hanajananitin may have passed on. But
It just hurts.
her work shall certainly survive in
Here.
the classrooms and in the hearts and minds of actors everywhere
Yes, this
Side
side.
to
for a
side.
very, very long time.
5 years old, so young.
Heart attacks generally manifest themselves from the blockage of the coronary arteries in the heart.
She
Us.
had too high of a sodium intake, I'm assuming.
Possibly, or she was just old. Anyway, much of her work included many play,
Many a play.
including The Seagull, Key Largo, Vicky, Othello, A Streetcar Named Desire,
Oh,
The World Over, The Magic and the Loss, Who's afraid of Virginia Woolf?
Me.
You can never tell.
I am, that's for sure.
Raise your hand.
Collected stories,
I am.
6 dance lessons in 6 weeks.
Yes.
Her film, on the other hand, was a much shorter list on account of her being blacklisted.
Oof.
True. Her filmography included The Other, The Boys from Brazil, A Doctor's Story, Reversal from Fortune, and Limon, A Life Beyond Words. And that was her entire
That's it.
filmography. I only read a mere portion of her plays. That was
Portion.
all the films.
Teeny bit.
Just a
Teeny
little bit.
bit.
Just a little.
She did, in fact, play more television, including big shows like The Twilight Zone, King of the Hill,
Whoa!
Wow.
and Oz.
Wow.
Oh my!
It's including, but not limited to, those
course.
well-known shows.
Another short list. Shorter.
Well, happy birthday, Uta Hagen,
Also, happy Death Day,
since you're dead.
since you are not alive.
Not in our hearts.
Shall we sing to her?
Yes.
Both happy birthday and death day, for we have missed
Yes.
many of occasions.
Yes, yes.
Under 1, under 2, under 3,
And a 4.
and 4. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Uta Hagen. Happy birthday to you. Now for the death portion. Happy death day to you. Mourn. Happy death day to you. Mourning. Happy death day. Happy death day. Uta Hagen. Happy death day to you. What a masterpiece. Should we transition out, folks?
3, 2,
1.